Hello folks, back with another EDC update for you. Made a few changes like usual. I like to change my stuff around, and this EDC update video has sort of a color theme, and that's something you don't usually see from me. So let's back out and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now, some of this I kind of selected so that it matched. Like the bandana is not the same one I always carry. I do carry this one, but not every time. But I thought the green theme was kind of cool. Had some green sunglasses there that were kind of cool, and you know, I already had the little green length of paracord on my flashlight. I just bought this green phone case, and I threw this guy in just for fun because he kind of matched. A little green 80s muscle figure. This guy's name is Sunshine. Anyway, this is the update that I've been promising and haven't gotten around to. Sorry about that. A lot of the stuff you'll see here is the same as always. A few new additions, and I'll kind of go over everything briefly and let you know how everything's working out. Some of the old standbys are the iPhone 3GS 32 gigabyte. I've got this new case. It's a frame case from the brand Incase that you can see there, and it's kind of smudgy because it's shiny on the back. And it's grippy on the outside. It's sort of this silicone kind of grippy rubbery material around the perimeter, and obviously it's got some cutouts for the different little ports and buttons, and then the back is like a smooth shiny plastic, which is kind of gross with fingerprints. See if we can clean that up. That's a little better. And nothing special. My old case, which I actually have here, I'll show you real quick, had gotten pretty beat up. The back of it was peeling. There's kind of this cool textured rubber surface, so if you see the matte portions on this case, those are actually very grippy and comfortable, but over time, as you can see, that's kind of worn off in my pocket and from being handled so much. So that got kind of gross and kind of ugly, and I was like, let's go look for a new case. So I went online and I found this one. I went and found it on eBay. It was $3.14 shipped. So, I mean, you can't beat that. I think originally it was like 20 bucks. So, good little deal there. So replace the phone case. Still carrying the Cold Steel Inferno pepper spray, and like always, I'm always glad to say that I have never had any need to use it, or even an instance where I had actually gotten it out and was ready to use it. So that's very nice. I must confess that I've actually forgotten this a few times because we do a lot of work in downtown San Diego at the job that I've been working at. And there are occasionally some unsavory folks walking around, so I'll have this on me just in case at work, but then when I come home sometimes I'll forget it. I've been considering buying a second one to have at home and then one to have on my work bag so that I don't have to remember it and switch it off every time, but I am still carrying it whenever I think of it. I am carrying a bandana. This is sort of a summer EDC, so things are a little bit different than you're used to. And I have included some things that I don't normally mention. I almost always have sunglasses on me. I just don't usually show them. They were in one or two videos, I think, and they're usually just cheap ones. I picked these up locally for a decent price. These are actually Electric brand. You can kind of see their logo on the frame there. And I think it shows their logo inside one side of the frame. And on the other side you can see that these are actually the Knoxville model. And they have some kind of reflective green lenses, so I think they're pretty fetching, kind of cool looking, and they're decent quality. These are a lot better than the ones I usually carry, and I rather like the way that they look, and they're very comfortable, so I've been wearing those for a little while now. Bandana I usually will carry in the summer. Gets a little hot, you get a little sweaty, a little gross. It's nice to be able to have something on you to kind of freshen up with a little bit. So I'll have a bandana on me. I always carry one at work, but I haven't done a work EDC video yet. And once again, forgive me for that. I will update and upload one of those soon. The wallet I have here is the CountyCom NYLA or Nyla Id Wallet. I won't open it and show you my cards, but I have a review on this and also another EDC video showing the inside of it and how it works. So very thin, very light. I've been carrying it for a while now, and it's holding up well. It's wearing nicely. There isn't really much fraying happening at the seams, and it just completely disappears in my pocket. It's like I almost don't even know I'm wearing it, which can be good and bad, but I think the pluses outweigh the minuses. So That's my wallet. My flashlight that I've been carrying for regular day-to-day stuff has been the Quark QTLC Tactical from Foursevens. This previously, I believe, was the Q123-1 and is now the QTLC. Exact same light, exact same functions, just the logo, you know, the branding is a little bit different. It does have that protruding tactical, quote-unquote, tail cap. And it will set, you can set it to 2 modes. You can program 2 modes into it. So I have it set to high currently, which is 85 lumens. And then if I twist the bezel, it's on low, which I forget how many lumens that is. I think it's like 5 or 10. Forgive me for not remembering off the top of my head. But if you crank the bezel a few times, you can kind of step through the different modes. It has strobe modes, you know, low, medium, high, and then turbo or max mode. So quite a few different brightness options available to you, and then you can program in 2 and then select between those by twisting the bezel. And I typically will leave this one on high, so I'll have the bezel tightened and it's always on high. Very handy light, a little thick but still comfortable in my pocket. It's not too bulky. I don't like when it lays flat, you know, perpendicular to my pocket. That's sometimes a nuisance, but it hasn't been too bad. I added a length of green paracord on there with one of these little paracord cord ends, which you might have seen on another of my videos. And when this is dangling out of my pocket, you'll see maybe an inch or 2 of it hanging out, and that also kind of encourages the light to stand vertically in my pocket. So that can be a little bit helpful if you're deciding to go with one of those shorter lights for your EDC. Also, still carrying my Leatherman Squirt P4. This is the storm gray version. It's got a little night eyes. I believe this is a size 1 S-beaner on there. And this comes in handy every day. I use it all the time. So it's, you know, it's got some little screwdrivers. Sometimes I'll use it for, a lot of times I'll use the file on here. I'll use it as a nail file, or just to smooth, you know, if I have some little project I'm working on where I've created like a little burr or a rough end, I'll kind of smooth it out with that. And I'll use the little awl as a little scraping tool sometimes. So very handy and very inexpensive. You know, pick one of those up on eBay for like 12-15 bucks. The knife that you see here, which I know some of you probably noticed right away, is the Kershaw Cryo. This is model 1555 Ti, designed by Rick Hinderer, and it's got a very, you know, he's got a very characteristic design. It's very easily recognizable, and you can definitely see it coming right through in this model. It has a hollow grind blade with a nice little thinned swedge at the top there, but still a very thick and stout blade. This is very strong. The design is incredibly strong. Nice thick frame lock. This clip right here is actually a fold-over design, you can see there, and when sitting in tip-down position, it's actually a deep carry clip. So the knife will pretty much almost disappear in your pocket when in tip-down. I've switched mine to tip-up, and as you can see, when the knife is closed in your pocket, you're still going to see, you know, a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch coming out the top, but as I've mentioned before, that's never a big deal with me, and it still looks and carries excellently. I did a quick video not too long ago where I showed removing the torsion bar from this knife to use it as a manual knife. It is doable. I put the torsion bar back in my knife because I didn't really care for the way that it opened and the way that it closed into the handle. The reason is that you can tighten down the pivot once you remove that spring bar. You can tighten down the pivot all the way to the point where the knife won't really accidentally open, but then you lose the flipping ability. You'll have to kind of push on the back and then use the thumb stud to rock it into the locked position, which if you're okay with a slow opening like that, then you'll be happy. It'll be fine. I just prefer to just use that quick flip of the assisted opening function and just kind of skip that route, but it is an option. And I really do like this knife. Incredible value for $30. And if you've got 30 bucks laying around, or if you've been kind of on the fence about this one, if you have any interest whatsoever, definitely pick one up. You will love this knife. It's quickly become one of my latest favorites, and I haven't even had it for very long. So that is the knife that I've been carrying ever since I received it, which is probably nearly a week ago from Kershaw themselves. This watch again is just to match the theme. I do wear this watch often, but I just like that the green case on the face of the watch matched the rest of the accessories and items that you see here. This is a swatch, nothing too special, and I do have some other swatches and clones, similar watches that I'll wear depending on what I'm wearing or my mood, whatever color strikes my fancy that day. Sunglasses we already spoke about. Keys are the same as always. Night Eyes S-Beaner size 3. This one is black stainless steel. I had a black one before my wife took it and used it on her keys because she liked it better than the silver, or excuse me, the stainless steel finish of the standard size 3. So picked up a couple more and put this one on my keys. So that might be different from my last video. It is connected to a Lucky Line Flex-O-Loc keyring by these two Night Eyes plastic size 0 S-Beaners. And those just kind of keep it from twisting too much in my pocket. So as it attaches to my belt loop on my pants and it hangs in my pocket, there's a very specific orientation now to where it rests in my pocket a certain way and it doesn't twist or bind up. And I found that using two of those right there actually works very well to keep my keys kind of lined up. Of course, we have the EOD Robotics micro Wedgie bar, little mini pry bar. I use this constantly. I actually use this mostly at work than at home, but it does come in handy at home, pulling up staples and such. At work, I'll use it to scrape on some control points. Sometimes we're cleaning off control points or those little brass discs that you might see out in your sidewalk or in your curb in front of your house. Those are to mark out property lines or boundaries, and a lot of times in order to read the numbers of the surveyor or the engineer whose number is on those little caps, I'll kind of scratch away with the micro Wedgie to kind of clean it off so I can see it. And it works very well for that. We also have the Swiss Tech utility key. Just gave one of these away in a contest, actually two of these in a contest recently. So I hope the two that receive those are very happy with them. I think they will be. And for $6 or $7, you can't beat it. If you've got the money lying around and you want a little extra fun tool to add to your keys that's actually going to offer you some very decent utility, pick one up. Really cool little tool that I use often. I think that is everything. Nothing, entirely revolutionary going on with my EDC. Just just some fun stuff. Like I said, stuff like the bandana, I don't usually mention it. I don't often show my watch and I don't show my sunglasses, but it is summertime and the bandana and the sunglasses are something that I'm carrying with me all the time now. It's very bright out here in Southern California and it's very hot, so those two accessories come in handy very often. This is my latest EDC, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I'm going to hopefully come back soon with a work EDC video and show you folks what I carry with me every day at my job surveying, and I hope you'll enjoy that one too. So thanks very much for joining me, and I'll talk to you soon.